And so we go back, and a lot of times we look at characters like this, and we look at Job, and we can look in hindsight, and we can see that God is ordaining and sovereignly directing all of this suffering. We see that in the life of Naomi, and we can see that God has a purpose in all of it, and his purpose is compassionate and merciful. But the problem is for Naomi is she can't see it, right? She can't see it. In chapter 1, verse 20, she says to them, these are all the people, all the women that are back in Bethlehem. She says, don't call me Naomi, call me bitter, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. And Naomi she did not have the wherewithal to see any kind of sign of hope in all of this, even though in verse 1 of chapter 2, it begins with this amazing, foretelling of where we're going in all of this. It says, Naomi had a relative of her husband, a worthy man, a godly man, a knight in shining armor, right, of the clan of Elimelech, whose name was Boaz. But Naomi can't see this. She doesn't see the reality of the situation. She's so depressed because of all that God has brought against her. She thought that her days were over, that she's as good as dead. She's so discouraged and oppressed that her mind is not clear. Just like your mind will not be clear when you are depressed about your future and you are suffering unspeakable tragedy. You're not going to see clearly. You're not going to think straight. And Naomi is so beaten down by these tribulations that she can't see any light at all coming throughout all this darkness. She knows, we talked about this, she knows that God is sovereign. She knows that everything that has happened to her has happened because God had decreed it, but she fails to remember that in all of the bitter providence, God is working for her good, not for her destruction.